Hey guys, welcome to the Game of Board Coffee and Conversation tonight. We have two guests. We have Bark and we have Chaotic Evil. Bark is in the Dragon Dimension and recently returned to the game, and Chaotic Evil is in the Demi Dimension and recently returned to the game. And so we're just going to spend some time talking to them tonight about what drove their decision to return, and kind of what they've seen and what they're enjoying, why they chose what dimension they chose, and all of that. So to get it started off, Bark, would you mind introducing yourself and letting
Yes,
us know what kingdom in your what kingdom in the alliance and what kind of player you are?
got you. Well, thank you for having me tonight, guys. I hope everyone's doing well, enjoying their time at home, just like I am. Um, I had played Game of War for, gosh, close to 7 years or so back in the day when I first started. 6 years or so, I can't even remember anymore. And stopped playing sometime in 2017 when most of the people in my alliance and people that I knew started kind of just going away, and it wasn't fun anymore. So it was gone until February, late February this year. And just out of curiosity, so I wonder, I had quite a few accounts. Uh, Back in the day, we all had tons of farms. And I thought, well, let me see what's going on. And of course, everybody I knew was gone. I didn't know anybody. I have no clue what was going on. And this was on the Demi dimensions. And I thought, well, okay, it's dead. Um, then I went back in again, and one of the accounts, the account that I'm playing now, somehow ended up in the Dragon dimension. And I thought, why does my city look weird? It doesn't look the same, and why am I so tiny? So I decided to just kind of start checking it in. And before I knew it, I built up the account and trying to learn what's going on again. A lot of the stuff that I knew has changed. You probably all remember my question on the um, group where I said, well, why can't I train more troops? Because we used to have gazillions of troops without any problems. Uh, but I just kind of wanted to see if I still had, some of my friends were there, and basically see what MC was doing with the game, if they had made any changes that would have made it more fun. And I found the Dragon Dimension actually pretty fun compared to what I had had when I left. And I liked all the kind of different dynamics. Some stuff is the same, but again, it's just learning, and I find that the most exciting part for me.
What alliance and kingdom are you in Dragon now?
Okay, I am on Kingdom 1179, Dragon Pass. In the alliance, believe it or not, was just a little alliance that I started. I moved some of my farms, and it was only like 20 of us. And right now, there's probably a handful of players that are somewhat active. So it's not a big alliance. We're just kind of growing at our own pace and enjoying just not having the pressure of trying to, you know, uh, be performing to some level, because most of us are relearning the game. So the alliance is what is, I don't even know what it's called. I just made up a name. Actually, I think it's um, H3AG. Whatever. Like I said, I was just there. I don't know. Make up a name.
It works.
Yeah, I was like,
Chaotic, would you introduce yourself? Maybe. Maybe.
Are they muted?
I'm checking right now. Nope. We lost Chaotic. Okay. So we'll get back to that. Savage actually came back to the game, what, a year ago now?
It's been a year. I think it's been 1 year now. Retired around, I think that time too, like 2016, I want to say. Came back because, I was asked to check out the new Dragon Dimension, saying like it's old Game of War. And at first I was like, no, I tried it out. I was like, never happening again. I'm never going to come back. And then one thing led to another, and I was back. I got stuck in being back here. So I joined, and then, I joined Real Tips and the game, making YouTube videos for the game, building like a little platform for myself, and able to help other people out in the game. And yeah, I've been playing. Well, I haven't been as much active the last few months because like my family, my alliance really took a little break, so we haven't been playing much. But we're gonna be back at it probably in a month or so, competing at a high level. Super Wonders, KVKs. Yep.
Hmm. So I think I'm not sure what happened with Chaotic, but Chaotic's our Jenny representation tonight. She recently came back to the game too, and hopefully we can figure it out. I just messaged her to see if I can. She's showing up in 2 places, so we'll figure it out. In the meantime, Bark, while you were gone, what would you say you missed the most, the strategy or the community?
The community. Well, that's no doubt about that. Back in the day, you kind of knew everybody in the kingdom, and you had the drama, you had the good times, you had all the stuff. KEs were just super fun. Everybody was so active. So, we had a couple of mergers, and we ended up. I can't remember the kingdom that I was first at, but we ended up in Timo. I think that's how you say it. And that's when things started down. But definitely the community and the camaraderie with everybody was just a lot of fun. And the game, I mean, I found it exciting that trying to figure out things. Figuring out what worked, what didn't work. Got zero a few times, and rebuilt and learned again. And yes, I've been zero once already since I've been back, so that was fun. I was in monster gear too, and just failed to go back and refresh my my shield. But it's interesting, and that's kind of what I'm seeing now. The kingdom that I'm at is sort of quiet too. So I do miss that there's not a lot of that going back and forth in terms of even within the alliance that I'm at. Again, there's so few of us, but there's not a whole lot going on in terms of conversation. But I'm a talker, in case you haven't realized it. But it does allow me to focus on building the account and learning what's going on.
What's been your biggest challenge since coming back? Sorry, Sav, didn't mean to interrupt you there.
My biggest challenge, probably kind of maybe trying to find more time to spend in the game so I can really focus on learning. Like I said, I'm still going to work, and I sneak in a few logins here and there while I'm at the office. And just having like a larger, I guess, alliance that can kind of help me in terms of, all right, you guide me if I'm going the wrong way. And again, I like to figure out things on my own, but I also like to fight real quick, so I don't want to take all the time to just wait until I figure things out. I like to just go in and say, okay, I'm ready to either attack or be attacked. I think that's the funnest part. It's probably why I play. So that probably is a challenge. Is like trying to build that quickly enough so that I can be a more active participant in the events.
I was gonna ask, what alliance were you in Timo? Because I believe that's where I was for quite a few years.
Yeah, I also said your name sounds very familiar. We were at QP, Quiet Professionals, and that was kind of the alliance I was with most of my time ago. And my name in game is QP forever. It's real silly again. I said the what?
PZK. Does that alliance ring a bell?
Yes.
Yeah, we played it for quite a while. We were really competitive.
Oh yeah, Timo was just at the time when we moved there. The kingdom that I was at before, which I honestly can't remember, was starting to just be kind of run down, and that's when the teleports started coming out. The ones where you could just go to another kingdom, so people started leaving, and we looked around, and Timo always kicked our butts. So we said, well, let's go join them.
Yeah, we used to dominate back in the day. Spend too much money.
Yes, yeah, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun back in the day.
Chaotic, can we hear you now?
I hope so.
We can, yay.
Yay.
Okay. So can you introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi, I'm ChaoticEvi1. I can't even tell you how many years I've been playing Game Awards. been a really long time. I did quit in about 2018, I believe it was, when they started doing that one hit, like zeros. I was kind of done at that point. I'm currently in Kingdom 761, and I'm in an alliance named Play. Play used to be big, and then I guess we all kind of died out at the same time. I never uninstalled the game from my phone, so it was always kind of there, and every now and then I would check in and just see how everybody was doing. And one day recently, I was bored, and I noticed that one of the guys in the Alliance had taken a rally successfully, and I was like, "Ooh, I need to get back into this." So here I am. I'm back.
Yay. So what's been your biggest challenge since coming back?
Trying to learn all the new stuff. Everything's new. None of the old stuff is relevant anymore. My account has, tons and tons of stuff, like the old stuff. And it's a pain trying to figure out what I need to get rid of, what I need to keep. Gems, new gear, everything. Crazy.
Sorting through the old to get to the new, really, on the demi side is a bit. It can be a big task.
Yeah.
So you came back. You left a while ago because of all the one-hit zeros, and you come back, and Demi drops this huge, like, sort of game-changing thing with these trap busters, right?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah, I haven't actually gotten to try those out. But I was trying to find accounts that are live, that are out there. I mean, most of the stuff that I hit are just dead. And I don't know. I'm hoping I can get back into this. I got a couple of people that came over to play with me. So hopefully we'll be able to do next KVK together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Would you define yourself more as a trapper lead? Did I miss that?
Well, I used to be a lead. I was never big on trapping. I find it kind of boring just sitting there. Right now, I'm not sure, just coming back, which way I want to go. I'd like to lead again, but the Alliance is kind of gone, so we'll see.
So this one's for both of you, and you can kind of answer it. Whoever wants to go first can go first. What are you hoping to see that now that you're back that will really help keep you around this time?
I gotta think a minute about that one.
Tossing out the tough questions here.
It would be nice if MZ would slow down with the new stuff.
Yeah, I think that would be, because I think in the last 2 weeks there've been about 3 different things, and I'm trying to keep up while I learn. So trying to do that at the same time, I'm like, okay, hold on, I'm still trying to grasp the previous drop, and now they're dropping something else, and it's like, oh, what do I do? Like right now I'm stuck with banners. I got crappy banners and can't even find them in packs anymore, anything that's decent. So I'm at a point that if I'm ready to either take hits or hit something, I gotta take my chances with stuff that is not so good. So I would like to see maybe some of the stuff maybe reintroduce for players that are coming back that need to kind of quickly come up with some way to being able to play and be active.
What's been most helpful to you guys coming back? Like, would you say it's been your alliances? Would you say it's been us? Would you say it's been rooms in game, or asking questions in game? Like, where are you getting your knowledge to try and get to a point where you're at the same level as the players that have not just come back?
I'll have to say the Oracle room, and then you guys, because I'm on the on the room, and I look at your links that you post, and then I go read up on something. I'm not being able to read as fast as I would like to. Again, I'm a little more on the kind of, I want to get into things right away. So I've got us like, okay, slow down, relearn. So that's helped me a lot because I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. Initially I was like, I don't even know where to go to kind of get an idea of what's happening because I was like chaotic. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So now I know probably enough to be a little dangerous, just a little.
Enough to be dangerous. Yep, sounds about right. What about you, Chaotic?
Well, yeah, I've been checking out your website quite a bit, starting to read up in the chat in line. I don't really have anybody right now. I think pretty much everybody that I used to play with are gone now. So unfortunately, I'm kind of learning from myself. There's a lot on the forums too. I've been reading in there.
You should come join Dragon.
Come join Dragon. So for each of you, I know Barky said it was a little bit, you kind of fell into Dragon with it being smaller. For you, Chaotic, why did you choose Demi over Dragon when you came back?
I checked out Dragon for a little bit. I was doing okay for a while, and I don't know. I just didn't really get into it. I went back to Demi, I guess, because I was hoping I could find some more live people that I used to know, but unfortunately, I guess everybody's gone. I think also because I had already invested so much money into that account. I mean, that plays a huge part of it too. It was kind of sad to just throw that account away.
I understand that. I feel like a lot of people that are like really hardcore Demi, like they're like, I put so much into this account, like I don't want to just kind of forget about it at this point.
Right. It's hard.
Yeah. Sav, what questions can you think of that would be good for them since you have more perspective as leaving and coming back as I've never left?
Yeah, well, I did. I mean, I was a chop when I first started, and then I came back. I played with somebody else, really used their account and helped them out. What do you think? Do you think there's something MZ can do drastically to make the game as good as it was 3 years ago or 4 years ago? I've lost count at this point. But what do you think? I mean, we're never going to get back to the game making $1 million a day. I don't know if you guys knew that. But there was a time 4 years ago where the game was making $1.5 million a day. That's how crazy active it was. Yeah, it was making. Now it's making 1,000 apparently, so or like 10,000 or something. So, do you guys think there's something that would help, like maybe another reset, or what do you guys think could bring the game back?
One of my biggest issues, I mean, besides the fact that again MC was dropping all this stuff that was basically running a lot of players away, not only from the cost, but the lack of, at least for what I felt, is their support when you had an issue. You get these canned answers, which you kind of still do.
Right.
I had the opportunity. I had about 3 instances that I had to email them since I've been back, and they responded to one. So I was like, okay, well, nothing has changed with that. On my last issue, I went back and forth like with 4 different people, and eventually kind of got the issue situated. So, for my part, I think maybe they are trying. Again, I happen to like the Dragon Dimension. I think they've done a couple of different things that are fun, and I have tried to talk to some of my old alliance that we still chat through online occasionally, and I hooked up with a few of them. And it was like, come and check it out. I was like, no. One of the things they bring up is all the games they're trying offer like little packs. They can have like $1 pack, 5, 20, all the time. With MC, once you hit that $99 pack, you're done. You will never see anything unless they have a sale. And that turns a lot of people off.
Yeah, especially nowadays, with everything going on, people are not going to spend a couple $100 on packs for fun, So.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, now I'm feeling guilty because it's like, gosh, I buy a pack for $100, and then there's people out there that are struggling to buy their groceries. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't buy anything.
Some people can't pay rent right now. So
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So in about 5 minutes, we're going to be switching to Q&A. If you guys have questions that you want to ask either of these ladies or me or Sav, feel free to chat them into chat, to type them into chat, and we will work on answering them. Make sure that if I'm not quite sure who you are or the question isn't obvious about what dimension it's regarding to, you let us know what dimension it's regarding, so we can make sure we answer correctly. And we'll get started with that in about 5 minutes. And don't overload me with questions too fast, because I'm going to try and stay up on top of them as you type them in. So, what advice would you guys give to players who might consider coming back?
Be prepared to spend.
that's a good one.
My advice would be, before you spend, kind of research and make sure you spend properly. Because I thought I tried to look and said, okay, what do I want to do with this account? Where do I want to go with it? And then how do I get to that point by getting the right packs? I would like to say that I've been successful at it. I don't know if anyone else were to go into my account if they will agree with me, but I will say educate yourself and check the website first, and then said, okay, which way am I going? Trap, lead, and then how do I go about getting there as probably fast and economical as possible?
So really knowing your path before you set out on it.
Yep.
Okay. I like that advice. I kind of tell people that too, so I agree. I see. I'm scrolling up because I know there were some questions earlier. There was one from Zilla asking about trapping and what research. Well, it's from one of his alliance members, but what research should be concentrated on first? I know that's Dragon because I know where Zilla plays. Zilla, I think, actually recently came back as well to Dragon. I might be wrong, but I think he did. Okay, so research for traps.
Defense.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
My favorite research for traps, honestly, right now is the new one, the Adventurers, because you're able to get those tomes through events mostly right now still, because it's those Empire Defender stats are on that first level. And so you can do that research for free for traps, the ones that really impact you as a trap. That's my favorite one for traps right now. But the research that you should focus on first, no matter what type of player you are, is the one that you can get the most stats out of at the lowest cost. So, we look at this tier 6 research, and it's costly. It takes a lot of speeds, and it has good stats. But if you were to focus on getting items for old T5 research that's not done, would you build your stats more there than you would on the T6 because it still costs so much? That's kind of what you have to consider when you're deciding which one. So for Trapzilla, it's focusing in on the researches that have those Empire Defender and type stats and are within your budget range. Would you agree with that, Sav?
Yeah, again, if you've been playing for a while, you should know what stats are good. There's just a few changes that happen in Dragon compared to Demi. I would say health has always been the most important thing to any type of account. As a matter of fact, health, I would place health above defense for even traps.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Even though I'm not a trap, I could say that. And, finding that balance when you're a trap is really, really important. And that's really what gets some traps destroyed and frustrated is you see a trap get like the newest gear, spend all their money on a new gear, but have no research done or only have 20% research done. they take a hit in that new gear and they get smacked, thinking that they're protected because they have a good brand new defense gear, but that's not going to do anything from you if you don't have any research done.
Yeah, that research is so important.
Yeah, keeping that balance and knowing what you should research. Like if you can skip Empire Assault Attack on a research and do Empire Defense, you know what I mean, or Empire Health, do that and spend your money wisely in the sense where you know if you buy a $100 pack, I'm going to get 20,000 health by doing this research, right? Like know what you're going to get for what you're going to spend because you can see what the requirements are. Gear is, I don't think it's important nowadays, but I think research is more important. But there's been some good events to catch up and some catch-up packs. You just got to be patient. You got to do the right events, the right time, buy the right packs at the right time, and be smart with your money because there's always something new that's going to come out, you know. And if you're not being smart with what events to do and where to spend your money, like if you're a smart spender, you know you don't buy something when it just comes out. It's going to be rare, right? It's going to be more expensive. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there's certain releases where like, oh, we're going to give you twice as amount of stuff in this pack for 24 hours. While that might be true, and then it goes away after 24 hours, the next week you're going to get the same amount because it's been a week. You know what I mean? So it's just knowing how to really spend and being smart with it. Otherwise, it's going to be really frustrating, especially with nowadays. We get a major release every week now. Every week or two. So
yeah, definitely. What other questions do you guys have? I can scroll up through chat, but you guys have been chatting a lot over here. I don't know if I missed anything. Questions. Ooh, one new message. Not a question.
Yeah, multiple releases 1 week. Yeah, I know.
I got all excited, WW. I thought it was a question. Not just you. By the way, everyone say hello to World Wonder. She is one of the most amazing people in the Dragon Dimension. She has lots of answers, and she is instrumental in putting together a lot of the cost charts you guys see going out in the Dragon Dimension. So she's pretty awesome. Gems placed in a preset for faster lookup. Oh, that's hated, right? So that's on the Demi side? Okay. Tips for brand new players. What do you guys think? As coming back, being newish, Bark and Chaotic, what are some tips for new players?
Keep up with the research. Always research.
Take advantage of those infernos. I mean, I do everything that I do in my account. It revolves around those infernos, trying to hit every single one of them, to your point earlier, to try to get as much freebies as I can so that I can get as much accomplished with less money.
Oh, yeah. Those events are huge. I don't think Bad Santa hasn't joined us tonight, but he's very big on the events, and he's able to keep up some pretty impressive accounts, like by really grinding those events. An active alliance from World Wonder, that's definitely a good thing. And events from Jen. Yep. So important. What else you guys got for me? Always look at what you're doing, what the boost is on this versus the cost. Yes. I think I harped on that in like 20 different like budget articles for you guys, if you actually read them. So yeah, I agree with that, Abraham. Budget article. Thanks, Jen. I know you didn't read my budget articles. So on the Demi side, the catch-up token gets you T7 troops and traps, and then you can start T10. And that's the highest tier in Demi right now, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Wait, Zil, don't say that. You did not see T7. Don't kill me like that.
Yeah, not yet.
Sorry, I'm narrating chat for y'all. We've got T6 Raid right now. Has anyone actually opened those? Have you heard of anyone opening those, Sav?
The top 5 players that are on the blog right now have. No, I don't have them yet. So, not many people do have them. I'll tell you that much.
That's true. You've got to max those stat researches before you can even open them.
Yeah, it's really, really expensive.
And then next in Dragon for troops, we'll have to round it out for Strat and Wilds for T6. So don't start talking T7 on me yet.
Yeah, no, not yet. Probably 4 months from now, 3 months from now.
Oh yeah, I got hit by Madman last weekend too, and he didn't have them. So yeah. Dragon skill preset to switch back and forth from economics and defense. Wouldn't we all like to see that? Yes, that would be awesome. What other questions do you guys have? Chaotic and Bark, you guys can ask questions too if you have them.
Okay.
Or just say stuff if you want. Jen, if Mad has T6, he's not using T6 because he slapped me with a solo, and it was a T5 hit. But I'm pretty sure I scouted him and I didn't see any, so I might be wrong.
Well, I have a question for you. Since you have been playing, like I said, you haven't stopped. What do you like about the game now versus what it was a few years back?
Well, I started back when, cores were still huge, and I was in 878 Dojus, and I had no clue what I was doing. So I've been through it, like all the one-hit zeros that ran a lot of people off, honestly, and it's like great to see some of those people coming back now. And what I really like about it now is I honestly love Dragon in that when I was in Demi when Dragon first came out, and I was furious. I did not want to play Dragon, but I started playing it to write articles because at this point I was already working for the Real Tips site, and I love that it took it back to that simplicity. And now I'm at the point where I Demi kind of overwhelms me, so I love the simplicity of Dragon. I hope it doesn't go too far from that. I worry that it might, but I love that, and I love just being able to hang out with the community and everything.
Okay.
From Zilla, what's a good EAA for rally leaders to strive for in Dragon? That is a good question. We lost Sav. He's a lead. Jen, what's your EAA look like? If you want to share. I'm about ready to unmute Jen. Just let him talk. Empire assault attack, Jen. Sav?
Yeah, I'm back. What's up?
Hey, so we have a question from Zilla about what a good EAA is for rally leaders to strive for. I'm not quite sure what that number's up to at this point because I'm over here focusing on my EDA.
It's up. It should be. I'll be honest with you. The account I play on Dark King hasn't been spent on like 2 or 3 months. So, but let me see what he's currently at. Let's go. Let's see. So this account has spent on 2 months. An Empire Assault attack is at 257,000. So I would say like 350, 400,000 is probably the right number right now. Just for Empire Assault alone. I would say around that 300,000 to 350,000. But probably it's probably a lot higher now. It's probably in the 500, 600,000 range. So yeah. Individual, they're probably a lot higher too. Again, in 2 months, a lot of attack was released. So yeah, Zilla, I'm sure some people even have 600,000 right now, 500,000 or so. So yeah, 700K. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's to think that this account was maxed 2 months ago and 250,000 was the attack. Yeah, the game is going at a crazy rate right now.
This one's for you from Jen Sav. He said, question for Sav. I should know the answer, but it's been bugging me. Do the dragon stats only take effect when that certain dragon is attacking?
Yes. So if you have multiple dragons, whatever you send there's only effect you're gonna get. But when you're defending, all of them, whatever ones are defending, are in play. But whatever dragon you send, you're gonna get the stats of that dragon. Doesn't matter what level your other dragons are or what stats you have on your other dragon. Yeah.
Scrolling through chat, catching up. All right, what other questions do we have, guys? Yeah, Jen was saying up here for Uzilla that his is over 400K, but he thinks max is close to 700K or 600K. So
Yeah, that
that's
makes
about
sense.
in line with what you were saying.
Yeah.
Trap players, how do you feel about the cost reduction for training? I wish that cost reduction I'm fine with the cost reduction for training because it affects me too, because I still need troops to defend, but I wish that cost reduction would cross over to my dang hospital. World Wonder says boo unless ED nodes are done. Yeah, that's true. Those ED nodes on that research are they're huge. Like those are some huge numbers. So like you really want to focus in on the stats. What is that emoji, Jen? I can't see it on my computer.
Me neither.
I'm about ready to unmute Jen. Jen, I'm unmuting you. Hi, Jen.
Hello.
I need to know what that emoji is.
It's a laughing emoji.
Okay, I can't see it on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to know one thing, though. Are you traps willing to take more hits now that training is less costly for y'all?
From my perspective, no.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
here's
maybe.
why. But here's why. It's not that the training's less costly. It's that it still costs the same for me to heal.
Ah, okay.
So I'm still running through that T1 food like crazy. Like I found a couple good farms at this point, but I have to make sure throughout the week I'm keeping stocked up. So when we hit those kill events, I have enough food that I can get through the event without going, crap, I need to shield really quick because the next hit I take, I can't heal.
Ah, okay. Okay.
As a lead, are you guys more willing to hit now that the resources are free?
I mean, I am. Shit, I hit just about everything I wanted to hit. The last day.
You haven't hit me yet.
I haven't found you. You're in my We're in the same kingdom for one thing.
Well, there's that. And it's not often that I am unshielded during
Yeah.
the week. I normally I normally
the whole
save my
kingdom.
food. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, World Wonder says it's like 20 billion food a hit, an event, and that's not far off. That my hospitals at Stronghold 51, my hospitals hold about 2.11 million
Okay.
troops, and it costs me just over 1 billion food to heal when my hospital is full. And I'm Stronghold 51, so think about those people that are Stronghold 70 and above. They're going to have
Yeah.
more beds. It's going to cost them even more to
I have
heal.
more
So,
beds. All right. I have way more beds.
yeah.
I saw
Which is
some guy with like close to 4 million beds, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like,
That's
sucks for you, dude.
That's one of the things that has me wanting to use that as one catch-up token. But I like being 51. It's like I'm a magnet. People come and hit me like crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, if what I was having to do was just looking at power and then be like, you're a home, okay. This one's a trap, but I'm gonna hit it anyway. See what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what K is all about. See what happens.
So what other questions do people have, guys, that can be to Bark and Chaotic about leaving and coming back? It can be to me, Steph, and I unmuted Jen because he has some good perspective too. Ask away and we will answer. You guys can even ask Demi questions and I'll pass them off to Chaotic. You like that, Chaotic?
Yeah.
Feel free to, yell at me. You did what, Hated? Did you ask a question and I missed it? Or did you hit me? Is that what you're saying? Yes, that's not helpful. Oh, you asked a question. I missed it. Can you ask again?
What is the best setup of troops of mythics? What the hell are mythics?
Over on the Demi side. That would be over on the Demi side question because Hated is over on Demi. So best setup of troops and mythics. We don't have Carol. What do you think, Chaotic? Sorry, I'm not much help when it comes to Demi.
Unfortunately, when I started back up again, I trained a bunch of mythics, and I got wrecked. So I haven't trained any since.
I think with what I've heard, because I've been trying to keep up and reading in the Demi chat room, people are really trying to still figure out that setup with these new trap busters, right?
Yeah.
Hated. How did that solo by IWG go? Yeah, Jen, they're trap busters. They're nice. Capped them. So obviously you have a good setup going. They're a mercenary over on the demigod side, Jen, that is strong against traps. If you remember being over on the demigod side, when they switched to demi, traps were standing in front of everything, and so when you would hit someone, you would never get through traps. So all you were doing was killing off traps off anyone you hit. And so trap busters were released, which they're strong against traps to sort of help get through those traps. See? Haven't been on Demi, but I got the history.
If I can find a trap, I would love to try them out.
The trap busters, yeah. I actually this new thing, and Demi has me actually contemplating coming over and playing a little to mess with it just to see what I can figure out. Just because I like trapping and I like a challenge. Hated says he's in. I don't know how to say that kingdom name.
Mykonos.
What's the number? K448. Go hit. Go hit. Hated. I think he's in. I think he's in Kingdom Chat a lot. He shouldn't be too hard to find. So he's logging, importing to Wonder. We have about 10 minutes left. Do we have any last questions? Any last thoughts? Sav, you got anything for us? I just put Sav on the spot. He's like, nope. he's like giving me this look like thanks for putting me on the spot.
I just wrote a tweet that says GTA's coming back, and I'm like, hell yeah. They got a new GTA coming out. Nobody's going to be playing Game of War. You'll be at the casino with GTA. Just
GTA.
Yeah, I mean,
this is gal time, Sav.
Everyone's been playing video games, so oh man. If only everyone was playing Gal right now. Bring it back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if we don't have any more questions or thoughts, we're going to go ahead and wrap up for the night. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we will let you know when we plan to do our next one. If anyone is interested in being interviewed, let us know, and we would love to get you in here and get you talking and hear from you, your perspective on the game. And thanks, Chaotic and Bark, for joining us and talking about coming back and rejoining the Game of War world.
Peace.
Night, guys. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.